All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform, where they giving a back-to-back updates on how things they be or how things they share for Biafra land. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Also remember to like and share this news. Okay, the latest one where they have right now, the latest one where they bust brains at the moment, we say yes. House of Reps has given it to Tinubu back to back, the so-called Jaga ban at the moment. Yes, at this particular point, what we are getting at this point is that Tinubu is under heat from the House of Reps to release MNS, Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu, yes, MNK, that it is a necessity that he does it for the peace, for peace to return in Nigeria and in the southeast and wherever, everywhere, for people to stop losing their lives, for the essence of people to stop losing their lives, and that is why they have asked and they are begging for him to release people, for him to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the most important thing at this moment. But I don't know. Of course, Jagaban has what he does. He the hear word. For the longest of times, he has been told, or the longest of time, the government have heard this particular plea for a long time, and they decided not to do anything. But at this point, he is under heat and fire, adding to the fact that he has not done well connecting with the situation of the country at this point. Let's say, who knows, he might want to favor the people and do the needful, and that is what we are hoping for at this particular point. At this point, what we are telling you at the moment is that the probability that Tinubu is set to actually release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very, very high, because the pressure he is getting at this point is also high. And I believe that one way or another, he would have to succumb to it. And that is the truth of the matter. He will have to succumb to it one way or another. And due to also the extent by which lives have been lost with the clashes within the Biafra army and the Nigerian army has taken place, it makes you understand how high and how risky everything is at this point, and how shaky it is for him. Within the space of 7 months, things have gotten worse in the country at the moment, and one way or another, he would want to give an example to show that something different would have happened when he was in, or as he is in. And at the moment, nothing is going his way, even at this point where you can talk about the fact that the dollar has maybe tried to reduce. But of course, it has not started affecting the market at this point. It has not made any effect on the market. Things are still very costly, and it is on the high rise, and it doesn't look like anything that is getting low or coming down at any point in time soon. And so this is one of the major reasons why he feel that he is set to do the needful. He is set to do what is expected of him, or what has been expected of him, especially with the fact that he is getting blasts from all areas. He is getting heated up from all areas. Of course, things like this will get you confused and will pressure you to do the things that on a normal basis you would not do. And that is one thing that if you were to think about, you would feel that there would be very, very essential and needful at the same time. And at this particular point, what I am letting people know is that the whole situation of things at this moment is very critical and will take a very tremendous turn, even as the PM BRGI Simon Ekpa takes another route towards doing a whole lot of things for the movement. And it has been one of a kind. It has been one from one terror to another. But I believe that at some point the PM has also done a whole lot of good and is working on still doing more good at the moment. And we will be here to witness this. And that's the truth of the matter. We will witness it, whether that we will be able to move along and to celebrate when the time comes. We only wish that these people get to realize that everything that has been happening now is not a joke, and that whatever it is they might think that is happening right now will not stop happening. That is the truth of the matter. Whatever they feel that would end up happening would not stop happening, would always, one way or another, benefit from every single thing that is happening. And until they get to that extent, they get to that time of our lives, then things that he's against the Biafra movement, he's against this, he's against that he's against this, that he's causing unrest in Southeast, he's doing this, he's doing that. Like people, I just want you to know that it's not possible. None of it is even close to being possible because he is working tirelessly. The amount of people they send against him, the amount of people that have wanted his arrest, even the time when they succeeded one way or another, they said there was a rumor that he was arrested and then he was released, and everything that comes up, it all ends up to be a lie. It all ends up to be false. It all ends up not happening because this man is protected by the Finland government, and the Finland government is in support of everything he's doing. And I would like to tell you that even the Finland government would know they would not support anybody that would be causing unrest in another state, and they will not even let him stay in their country if they found out that, or if they know that this particular man, this is what he's doing. Well, they know the fight, they know the roots of every single thing, and so because of that, they are supporting him. This particular movement is not a movement that anyone can just wake up and do and go to a foreign state and stay. If you are that kind of person that you are doing that side of thing, be rest assured that the country would investigate you before allowing you to stay there, especially in a country like Finland. If a Finland country would investigate you to be sure that nothing of such is going on, or you're not causing any of such, that whatever you're doing is actually up to your right and is what you can rightfully do, which I am sure that they have done properly on him, and they have verified that this particular person is doing nothing, just like the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing absolutely nothing wrong but fighting for the movement. But of course, this particular thing is what they would use to sway people in Nigeria. They would use to sway Igbo people in Nigeria, make them think that he's the worst enemy of all, and say so many rubbish against him. I would even come up and say that if since he's outside the country, he should come back. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how the few times he came back to Nigeria, the very first time he came back, they arrested him. That was the first thing they did. And you expect him or anybody fighting for their freedom to come back to Nigeria. It's not possible. If we have a history of letting people that are fighting for their nation be in the country and be safe and every other thing without getting arrested, then the possibility of them coming back or staying or being protected in their state is there. But then anytime that this set of people find themselves or get themselves in the country, they are arrested. Do you expect the PM, Simon Ekpa, not to learn from the previous things that has happened and decide to be in a state that would really, really protect him from anything that is going on? Of course, he has found that state, and that state or that country is Finland, and that is why he's with the Finnish government. And as well, it has ended up that the main president or the person in charge at this point has ended up to be a very close friend of his, close to his best friend. And they are all working towards everything that would make sure that the Biafra movement is something that actually works out at the end, and not just something that people would hear about and not know what is happening. But my people, what I am here to remind you of is that this movement is as real as anything should be. The movement that is being made by the PMBRGIE is one of the biggest and one of the most valued by the true Biafrans that know that the fight is real, and that if we stop fighting, the day we stop fighting is the day we start ending whatever it is we want for ourselves. And so this is what is expected of Biafrans, not to avoid, not to ignore, not to lay down or to forget whatever it is. You are expected to do the needful. Stand steadfast, be ready at any point in time, because you do not know what's next and what is going to happen next. And so you are expected to be strong, and do the needful. Every single thing. I don't believe there's anything you're passing through now that there's people in the past that fought for this particular freedom have not passed through, that did not pass through. There are those that went through the main civil war, and there was a war, a real war. And it so happened that at the end, since we are still in one Nigeria, you would call it the fact that we lost. But of course, we are going at it again, and we are going to win. We are hoping that the best would happen in our coming off and doing the needful things that we need to do. And so, my people, it is one of the important things that we need to do with anything that concerns Biafra movement. And so that is what it is. So yes, my people, this is what we'll come to the end of this particular broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Thank you.